Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to USA International Speedway. I'm Aaron Johnson with the Johnson iRacing team bringing you today's feature event. It is 40 fast laps in the top split at USA International Speedway in Lakeland, Florida. This is the iRacing Advanced Legends Cup. It's Season 3, Week 9 of the 2021's iRacing season. This is the top split, the best of the best drivers on the service at the time this race was offered. Let's have a look at today's starting lineup. Starting in the 13th spot in car number 12, racing out of Illinois, that's Tim Akers. In the 12th spot, racing out of the Northwest region in the Wrangler Legends car, that's car number 4, Robert Kirchner. Starting 11th in car number 13, racing out of New Hampshire, it's the Maximus Sports Cards Legend car of Anthony Garland. Starting 10th in car number 11, racing out of Coldwater, Ontario, that's Jordan Latimer. Starting 9th in car number 5, running with us from Canada, that's the Logitech Legends car of Robin Lariviere. Starting 8th in car 7, it's Ryan Kessler in the wrecked NSM Wraps car, Ryan out of Ohio. In the 7th starting spot in car number 9, running out of Owen Sound, Ontario, that's Howard Bentley. Starting 6th in car number 71, that is Chris Sawyer. Sawyer's going to show up in your telemetry on the left-hand side of the screen as car number 2, but on your screen he's going to be the bright yellow and black car 71, reminiscent of the 71 run by Dave Marcus in the NASCAR Cup Series for many, many years. Chris racing out of the Carolinas. Now let's have a look at your top 5 starters. Starting in the 5th spot in car number 10, racing out of Alabama, that's Brandon Herzing. In the 4th starting spot, it's the Southland Cannon Company Legends car of Darrell Francis. Francis racing car number 8 out of Chester, Virginia. Starting in the 3rd spot in car number 6, racing with us from Canada in the iRacing Nederland car, that is Timothy Fenimore. On the front row outside in car number 3, it's Timothy Keeler, the Central Auto Service Legends car out of the Great Plains region. And on the pole in car number 1, racing out of Dorset in the United Kingdom, that is Lee Walker. This a very strong field, strength of field over 2,500. These drivers have combined for more than 460 iRacing asphalt oval wins in their careers. Lee Walker out of the United Kingdom grabbed the pole with a 23.550 lap at USA. That's a blistering qualifying time. Walker hoping to back that up with a win today. Just to his outside, Timothy Keeler. Keeler trying to make sure Walker doesn't sweep the day with both the pole and the victory. Pace car leads the field out of turn number 2. Lights are off on the pace car as the field goes down the back straightaway. Lee Walker in the Grumpy Old Men Brewing Company car number 363. He'll show up on your telemetry as car 1. Pace car's in. Lee Walker gets a good jump. It caught the 3 of Timothy Keeler napping. Walker's going to jump out to a quick early lead as they take the green flag. Walker leads the field into turn number 1, followed by Keeler. Then it looks like the what is that? Maybe that's the 8 of Darrell Francis. No, the 01. He gets sideways. Around goes Francis. Darrell Francis goes sideways. That's going to give the big lead and a big gap now to the 363 of Lee Walker. Walker and Keeler with some breathing room over the rest of the field, as it looks like the 10 of Brandon Herzing is going to move into the 3rd spot after Darrell Francis spun. Francis showing up as 8 on your telemetry, but 01 on your screen. Out front, Walker leads, Keeler 2nd, Herzing 3rd, then Bentley, Sawyer, and Kessler. Those are the next 3 cars in line. Lee Walker holding on right now, trying to hold off the 3 of Timothy Keeler. Another crash, that's the 10. He's gone up into the outside wall. That's Brandon Herzing with a crash. I don't know who else was involved there, but that's going to give the 3rd spot to the 9 of Howard Bentley. So Bentley going to be running 3rd. Chris Sawyer in 71 will be in the 4th spot, with Jordan Latimer now in 5th. Robin Lariviere will be in the 6th spot with Kirchner 7th, Fenimore 8th, Kessler 9th, Brandon Herzing in the pits in 10th right now, Garland 11th, Francis 12th, and Tim Akers in the pits in 13th. Out front, it is still Lee Walker showing the way. Walker with about a half a car length advantage over the 3 of Timothy Keeler. Keeler right now appears to be content to bide his time, maybe sizing up Walker to see if he can make a pass later in the race. Keeler looks to the inside, now back to the outside, now to the inside again. He's content to stay behind Walker, now looks to the inside. Walker's just going to let Keeler go as Timothy Keeler wants to take the lead. Walker may be playing a longer game. USA International Speedway is a track where tire management really does come into play. Fastest laps of the race usually are run about lap number 10, as we see Keeler and Walker going past lap traffic. That looks like the 7 of Ryan Kessler. Fast laps usually run sometime around lap number 10. The tires sort of slowly fall off after that. Lap times will drop to over 24 seconds, somewhere around lap number 20 to 24, and then tire management really will come into play. Walker may be playing a tire management strategy here, allowing Keeler to go ahead and take the lead, run a little bit harder. Walker just may be running just hard enough to keep up. That'll allow Lee to keep some tires, maybe preserve those, as we see the 7 of Ryan Kessler very nearly going around in front of the third place car of Howard Bentley. Out front, it's still Keeler leading. He's got about a 2.5 car length lead over the 363 of Lee Walker. We're 8 laps in to a 40-lap event, and Keeler and Walker have begun to pull away from the rest of the field. Howard Bentley sits in the 3rd spot. Bentley followed by Robin LaRiviere in 4th and Chris Sawyer in 5th. Let's zoom in here to the 3 of Timothy Keeler, and let's go ahead and have a look at how these cars run on the speedway. We see the 13 of Anthony Garland up against the wall. We are now starting lap number 9. Let's see how they run on the field. We've got Timothy Keeler out front. Keeler in the Central Auto car just behind Keeler. That's the 363 of Lee Walker. Walker in the Grumpy Old Men Brewing Company car. Behind Walker, that is Howard Bentley in car number 9. Bentley currently 3rd on the speedway. The next car in line is the 5 of Robin LaRiviere. LaRiviere being shown in the 4th spot. Just behind LaRiviere, that's the 71 of Chris Sawyer. Sawyer running 5th. Behind Sawyer, the next car on the speedway is the 11 of Jordan Latimer. Latimer currently shown in the 6th spot. Then behind Latimer, that's the lapped car, the 7 of Ryan Kessler. Kessler currently 1 lap down, running in 10th. On the speedway behind Kessler, that's car number 6 of Timothy Fenimore. Fenimore currently being shown in the 6th spot. Behind Fenimore, that's car number 4 of Robert Kirchner. Kirchner currently running 8th. And then behind Kirchner, that's the 01 of Darrell Francis. Francis currently the last car on the lead lap in 9th. Behind Kirchner, behind Francis, we're back around to the leader. That's Timothy Keeler. Lee Walker about a car length and a half back of Keeler. We are 12 laps in to a 40-lap event. Keeler and Walker pulling away from the rest of the field. Keeler out of turn number 2 onto the back straightaway. That blue and green Central Auto car running a really nice smooth line. Just behind it, the Grumpy Old Men Brewing car of Lee Walker in 2nd. Walker with an I rating just north of 4,000. Lee, one of the iRacing stars that we see regularly with the Tyler Daniels League of Legends, champion in season number 2 of the TDR Legends League that runs Saturday mornings. Walker, an outstanding racer, trying to close in on the 3 of Keeler. Keeler himself, no slouch, as he holds off the 363 of Walker. Down the front straightaway, it'll be Keeler, Walker, those 2 cars with a near 4-second lead over the 9 of Howard Bentley. Keeler out of turn 2, Walker just behind him, a car length and a half separate the 2 leaders, then 4 seconds back to Howard Bentley, as Timothy Keeler and Lee Walker are the class of the field. They are extending the lead over 3rd place. Bentley 2nd, LaRiviere 3rd. Looks like there's a little battle brewing between these 3 cars. Let's hop in with the 9 of Bentley, as we can see Howard Bentley trying to hold off the 5 of LaRiviere, the 71 of Chris Sawyer also right there with this group. We've got a 3-way battle for 3rd. Sawyer looks to the inside of LaRiviere, no dice. That allows Bentley to pull away ever so slightly. Looks like we've got a little internet lag. Now LaRiviere looks to try to find his way around Bentley. No dice. It's Bentley, LaRiviere, and Sawyer running 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Sawyer looking to the inside of the 5 of LaRiviere. Looks like he's got a wheel underneath. Chris Sawyer's going to pull in onto the low side as they go down into turn number 3. Will Sawyer make the pass? He completes it. So Chris Sawyer moves into the 4th spot ahead of Robin LaRiviere. Now Sawyer sets his sights on the 9 of Howard Bentley. Up front, It is still the 3 of Keeler. Keeler maybe has stretched that lead out by another half a car length. He's now about 2 car lengths ahead of the 363 of Lee Walker. Keeler and Walker closing in on lap traffic. We should start to see tire management come into play just about any time as we are starting lap number 18. Recall that tires really begin to drop off somewhere around lap number 20. Could be 20, could be 24, could be a little earlier at 18, depending on just how hard you've pushed that race car. Keeler leads. Walker second. Let's hop back in with the 9 of Bentley, see what's happening back there. Chris Sawyer's holding off the 5 of La Riviere as Bentley and Sawyer look like they're maybe beginning to put a little gap between themselves and the 5 of La Riviere. Howard Bentley holding on to third. Out front, it is still Timothy Keeler. Keeler holding off Lee Walker. We are on lap number 19 of a scheduled 40 down the back straightaway. It is Keeler closing in on some lap traffic. That looks like it might be the 01 of Darrell Francis. That's the Southland Cannon Company car. Francis battling with the 4 of Robert Kirchner. Those 2 cars fighting it out for 8th as we see the leaders closing in on Francis and Kirchner. Down the back straightaway, this is lap number 20. It will be half time. It will be halfway when we get to the flag. Keeler, Walker, the class of the field, they close again on lap traffic. This time by, it is exactly halfway. We're starting lap number 21. Timothy Keeler leads. He managed to pass Lee Walker early in the race, lap 7 or 8, and has held the lead since then, trying to extend that lead. Walker doggedly pursuing the 3 of Keeler. Lee Walker looks like he's got a little bit of a racy car here. Took a peek to the inside of Keeler down the back straightaway, decided that he'd wait, now looks to the inside again, pulls back out into line up against the outside wall. Walker trying to close in. Keeler about a car length and a half ahead as they close in on the lap traffic. That's the 8 of Francis and the 4 of Kirchner as Keeler and Walker are closing in through the center of 1 and 2. Now out of 2 onto the back straightaway. That is the 3 of Keeler. Keeler and Walker close in on lap traffic. Both these cars damaged. The 01 of Francis and the 4 of Robert Kirchner showing some damage. Francis missing the left front fender, as is Kirchner. Kirchner also beat up on the right front as Keeler and Walker close in. Timothy Keeler, Lee Walker, closing in on lap traffic. Keeler going to try to find his way around the 01 of Darrell Francis. Francis goes ahead and moves up, gives the leaders plenty of room. That's a gentlemanly way to do things. Francis making it a little bit easier for the leaders to settle this on the racetrack as they are now trying to find their way around the 4 of Robert Kirchner. Kirchner gives the leaders the same courtesy. As the 3 of Keeler goes by, so does the 363 of Walker. Kirchner gets up high against the outside wall, but allows the leaders to go on past. Slows Walker down just a bit. Keeler extending the lead to nearly 3 car lengths during that interchange with the lap traffic. Darrell Francis, and the 4 slams the outside wall, ends up upside down. That's going to allow Darrell Francis to get past for the 8th spot. Glad that didn't happen in front of the leaders. Out front, it is still Timothy Keeler. Walker in second. Behind them, we see the lapped car. That's the 01 of Darrell Francis. Chris Sawyer has now moved into the 3rd spot. As we can go back and take a look, we see Sawyer's made his way around the 9 of Howard Bentley, and it looks like Robin LaRiviere also closing in on Bentley. Out front, we are still riding along with the 3 of Timothy Keeler. Lee Walker's closed back to within about a car length behind Keeler. Walker trying to find his way around the 3. 14 laps to go. Lee Walker running a nice smooth race here. Does he have enough race car to get past the 3 of Keeler? Keeler made a little mistake coming out of the corner there. It's going to allow Walker to get underneath. Lee Walker is going to make the pass on the 3 of Timothy Keeler. Out of turn 4 onto the front straightaway. Keeler trying to come back by on the outside now. Looks back to the inside, trying to pull that classic crossover move. Doesn't have quite enough race car to get it done. Walker holding on as he goes through the center of 1 and 2. Now out of 2 onto the back straightaway. Keeler trying to find his way around. Lets the car drift high to try to get a little better run off the turn. Lee Walker down into turn number 3. Keeler on the outside. Timothy Keeler trying to work his way around. Now sweeps back low to the inside. Keeler trying to find any way he can to get a wheel underneath the 363 of Walker. It's Walker. Keeler now. Walker stretching that lead out to about a car length. We've got 12 laps to go. Lee Walker through the center of 1 and 2 now onto the back straightaway. He extends that lead to about a car length, putting a little breathing room between himself and the 3 of Keeler. Will Timothy Keeler have enough to try to get back up to the back bumper of Lee Walker? Will he use the chrome horn? If he does get there, who knows? Right now, it's Lee Walker. Walker past the start-finish line. There are 12 laps now, 11 laps to go. Walker with a car length advantage over the 3 of Keeler, now a car length and a half. Through the center of 1 and 2 out onto the back straightaway. Lee Walker looks like he slipped a little bit coming out of the turn. That's going to allow Keeler to close. He closes to within a car length. Walker down into turn number 3 through the center of 3 and 4. Lee Walker holding on to the lead. It's Walker and Keeler, followed by Chris Sawyer. Sawyer 5 seconds back. Lee Walker, 10 laps to go. Walker through the center of 1 and 2 now out onto the back straightaway, extends the lead to 2 car lengths. Lee Walker looks like he's just a little bit better in 1 and 2 than Timothy Keeler. Through the center of 3 and 4 out onto the back straightaway, Lee Walker extending the lead. Walker now about 2 car lengths ahead. Lee Walker holding on. 9 laps to go. It's Walker 1, Keeler 2. Lee Walker really beginning to extend the lead now. He's pulled it out to nearly 3 car lengths. A little breathing room for Lee Walker as they come out of turn 2 onto the back straightaway. Keeler really good coming off a 2 and onto the back straightaway, closing up about a car length there. Into 3 and 4, it is Walker and Keeler. Walker out of 4 onto the front straightaway. Looks like Timothy Keeler's car gets out of the corner better. Walker seems to be better in and through the center. Lee Walker with about a 3 car length advantage over the 3 of Timothy Keeler, that grumpy old men brewing car company of Walker. Walker doing a nice job down the back straightaway. They go into turn number 3. Lee Walker rolls that golden, red, and silver car into the corner now through the center of 3 and 4 out on the back straightaway. It'll be Lee Walker holding on to the lead. 7 laps to go this time by. Timothy Keeler making a valiant effort. He's sticking right with Lee Walker. Just doesn't have quite enough to get to Walker's bumper and see if he might use the chrome horn to shake and maybe rattle Lee Walker's cage a little bit. Keeler closing in now. He's about a car length and a half back. So Timothy Keeler really pushing that 3 car hard, trying to find a way to make one more run at the 363 of Lee Walker. 6 laps to go. It's Walker 1, Keeler 2. Following them, it's Sawyer. Sawyer now 6 seconds back as Lee Walker and Timothy Keeler pull away from the field, the class of the field, the battle right here on the racetrack. It's going to come down to Walker and Keeler. The only way anyone else will win this race is if these 2 leaders find a way to take each other out. Keeler has closed back in now. He's less than a car length off of the 363 of Lee Walker. Keeler closes. They come out of turn number 4 onto the front straightaway. Walker with the lead. Keeler second. 5 to go this time by. Quite the race. Timothy Keeler closing in on the 363 of Lee Walker. Keeler less than a car length, now less than half a car length behind. He is right there. Keeler back to Walker's bumper. Will Keeler use the chrome horn to move Lee Walker up and out of the groove and take the win at USA International Speedway? Out of turn 4 onto the front straightaway. 4 to go this time by. Walker pulls back out to a car length lead through the center of 1 and 2. Now Keeler slides up high. That's going to cost him some time. Timothy Keeler slips up high going into turn number 1. That costs him some time out of the corner. Lee Walker now with a 2 car length advantage. A critical error for Timothy Keeler as he got too deep into turn 1, slid that race car up the track, and that allowed Lee Walker to pull ahead by about 2 car lengths. We come past the start-finish line. 3 to go this time by. Keeler trying to close back in on the 363 of Lee Walker. Walker leads, Keeler second. Keeler's closing back in now. He's closed up to within 2 car lengths, now maybe slightly less than 2, as Walker nearly grabs the outside wall. Keeler is there. He's back on Lee Walker's bumper. They're through the center of 3 and 4. They're going to come out of 4 onto the front straightaway. There'll be 2 to go this time by. Keeler looks to the inside. He doesn't have enough room, not enough race car down the front straightaway, past the start-finish line. 2 to go. Walker into turn number 1. Keeler just behind him. A car length separate the 2. Walker comes out of turn number 2 onto the back straightaway. Keeler with a great run out of 2. He's pulling in, touches the wall. Timothy Keeler touches the wall. That slows him down ever so slightly. Walker's advantage back out to a car length. Through the center of 3 and 4 now out onto the front straightaway. We are going to take the white flag this time by. Lee Walker leads. Timothy Keeler second. A car length separates the 2. There's a lap left. Walker into turn number 1. Keeler just behind him, a car length off his bumper. They roll through the center of the corner now, out of 2 onto the back straightaway. Timothy Keeler trying to make a run. No dice. Lee Walker gets a great run off the corner. He's going to extend the lead to nearly 2 car lengths. Now into 3. Lee Walker with the lead. He's protecting that inside line. Timothy Keeler looking to find a way around, but he's not going to do it. Lee Walker's going to come off of turn number 4 and take the win at USA International Speedway. Quite a race. Timothy Keeler gave it everything he had, but in the end, Lee Walker had just enough race car left to take the victory. Chris Sawyer will come home in the 3rd spot with Robin LaRiviere 4th and Timothy Fenimore 5th. Howard Bentley will take the 6th spot. Jordan Latimer will be 7th. Those 7 cars, the only cars on the lead lap. Darrell Francis will finish 8th, 1 lap down. Robert Kirchner 9th, and Tim Akers rounding out the top 10. Akers finishing 7 laps down. Woo! What a race. That's going to do it for the Johnson iRacing team here from USA International Speedway. Lee Walker puts on a great show and takes home a big win at USA. For the Johnson iRacing team on the Johnson iRacing Network, this is Aaron Johnson saying, go fast, turn left, have fun.